Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. No matter when you may catch this particular replay, I am Altovise at Altovise Unmuted across social media. And y'all, I am excited. We are in January, which means that we are not only in a brand new year, we are also in a brand new quarter, a brand new month. And let's be honest, the feedback behind the scenes from influencers and content creators have kind of been all over the place. Typically, January is a month where you see a lot of returns. That's in retail across the board, simply because people have, it's the wrong size, it didn't work, they didn't like it, it wasn't what they want, they got a duplicate, so many different reasons, right? And we can't really control all of the return piece, right? We can't. But I do have one thing that for those of you that have been getting high returns, I want you to check something out when it comes to your returns. First and foremost, for those of you that were getting high returns, was it a brand or a vendor product? Now, I'm sorry, I'm not typing this out in the chat for those of you in the room. And I should have went and actually made a document for you guys of these questions. So I'll go back, I'll go back and kind of document these for you. Or if somebody's able to put them in the chat, by all means, put them in the chat. And then you can just save the chat for those of you that are in the room. For those of you watching the replay, then we'll probably have it somewhere in the comment section so that way you guys can see it, or in the description. So check to see the things that are being returned. Are they products that are brand, like it's the brand, or is it a product that is from a vendor? So I think last year we've talked about this numerous times. When you click on a product, if you clicked on the brand name, if it's the brand, most times it will go to a brand storefront. This allows you to know that it's the actual brand on the on Amazon. If it doesn't go to a storefront, it will go to a listing of products. Most times, this is a vendor or like a middle person who is reselling the product sometimes, right? So I need you to go and see for the returns that you have really high returns, especially if you have a product that has multiple returns. Go and see, was it the brand or was it the vendor? Simply because there may be a correlation with it being the brand versus the vendor, because simply because if it's coming from the brand, sometimes it may potentially be of a better quality. Right. I see some things already coming into the chat. Hold on. Let me go back. um, Oh, thank you so much for putting the YouTube channel link in the comments. And those of you who are watching the replay, by all means, we'll have the YouTube channel information attached to, this particular post. You can also connect with anybody in the group, especially those on the team. They'll send it to you directly as well if you need it. So a question came up, which I'm going to do. I'm going to slide it in here because it goes right along with what we're talking about. What is the easiest way to get a report of all of our returns for the month so far? Is there a special report we can run? I wish there was, Sandy. That's the problem. There is not a report that we can see that tells us what all of the returns are. Now, when you look at your dashboard, if you go to the end of the pages, it'll show you everything that's returned. But when you when you download your report, it doesn't necessarily give you like the return products separate from the purchased items. And that's what makes it really hard. I'm trying to see if there's a way that we can kind of toggle something when we download the report, when we're looking at it, to be able to see all of the returns. If anybody has done that before, or like you kind of have been tinkering with it as well, by all means, let us know either in the chat, the comments, or you can message us and let us know as well. Because here's the thing, when what's been returned, a lot of that particular product from that particular category as well. Hold on to that. then it also allows you to better prepare for what you're going to do in the following year. So if you look at your numbers for the whole year and you see that this particular brand of clothing, it sold really well, but 50% of those sales got returned, we have a problem. Because it sells well, which looks good on the front end, but on the back end, it didn't sell as good as you thought. And so that's why I'm telling you guys to really pay attention to these returns, not because I want you to be all sad and upset about the returns, but because there's something that can benefit you as a content creator for the following year if you know, again, what products were selling but got returned, especially in a higher quantity. The second thing is, first thing I'm looking at what products they were. Second thing I'm looking at what categories for you had the highest returns as you're going through those lists. Now, again, this is going to be a little tedious in work, but this is going to prepare you for what you're going to focus on financially for 2026. It's going to prepare you for what you're going to focus on when it comes to your time for 2026, because I'm not going to focus my time and my money on a category that I know that gets a lot of returns. That part. That part right there. Um, Stephanie said, I had very low returns so far. I had amazing sales in December on one toy, and it got less returns than I expected, and no spikes in returns for any other products. Very good. And again, here's the thing, most content creators that are in a higher level, they're going to tell you, don't worry about the returns. But y'all know I'm always telling you what? Know your numbers. Why? Because it allows you to better prepare. It allows you to know where to invest. It also allows you to see where you might be getting more engagement for a particular category than another category. We know, like across the board, clothing is a high return category because people get the wrong size, they have the wrong color, it doesn't fit the way they thought it was going to fit. It's one of the reasons why those that are in the fashion category, they do like stretch tests. I typically will squat and show people, this is what it looks like. I can squat in it, no problem. How it fits around the waist. Is it a stretchy material? Do I have a lot of room in my waistline? Things like that. I do that for a ton of the different clothes that I've done videos for. But every product you get, you won't necessarily be able to do that detailed information, right? So it allows you to also know, okay, if there was a lot of returns, this is the third thing. So first thing, we're talking about what products. We're going to find what products had really big returns for, what sold according to your numbers, your dashboard. The second, what categories had high returns that you created content for, and you just thought that you were going to nail it and it did really good. And then boom, you're seeing all of these returns. Now, these are questions that you may not be able to fully answer until the end of the month, because you still, again, they have until January 31st where they can return. That's the return window for the holidays. The third thing that you're going to do is you're going to look at, so we said the brands, we said the uh, brands, we said the actual categories. Oh, the third one. Okay, the third one was, let's see, what's the best way to put it? So looking at your content, right? Looking at your particular content, and when it comes to products that were returned, here's the aha moment. Go back to that video and go back to that product page and actually see what were some of the problems and why people returned it. So go look at the most recent reviews for that particular product. Why did people return it? What were people saying about it? Here's where you as the content creator can come in play. Make an updated video for the product. I know that I got a product in and I got it in my regular size, and I just Just knew it was the bee's knees. And I tried it on and it didn't fit. And here's the thing, that was something in the reviews that people were talking about. Well, now when I create the video, I can talk about, okay, you may need to size up in this particular product. So if you have a product that you did a video for and you know that there were high returns, how can you answer that question for somebody else that sees your next video before they purchase it? Because you're posting a new video, so it's an updated, it's an updated video, which means it may get placement and all of those things. But also now you're answering the questions that they really need the answers to. That part. Andrew answered one of the questions, said in your dashboard on Amazon, if you click on the quantity shipped and make it go from smallest to largest. Oh, thank you so much for that, Andrew. Okay, let me read it all the way through for you guys. Andrew said in your dashboard on Amazon, if you click on the quantity shipped and make it go from smallest to largest, you can see the 0 and negative ones that have been those are your returns. Your 0 is basically an exchange, pretty much. But your negative ones, negative twos, and things like that, that's your returns. Oh my goodness, that is such a game changer, Andrew. Thank you for that. I knew that there had to be a way to be able to do it. It was just trying to figure it out. Michelle said, I wear a small and my daughter wears a medium, or sometimes we both try them on, or I'll ask the brand to send me a medium and a small. Exactly. Exactly. It allows you to be able to, again, step out of the comfort zone where other influencers are doing it and they're just doing the bare minimum. It allows you to do a little bit more, and it may help so that way you don't have all the returns, because now you can say, how they say, before you buy, watch this. Well, now you really have a video that's a before you buy, watch this, but you don't have to use that title. You can use something else. But use what you're actually specifically talking about. David Peters, hey, so far this month, out of 607 items, item line orders, not products, as there are multiple products per line, I have only 37 lines of returns so far this month. Very small percentage for me, and I don't worry about it. Very good. Very good. I've seen some people have, like I said, this year, I didn't have many. I haven't had many returns so far, thankfully. But I've heard some people talk about having some really heavy returns, and they've actually become very frustrated because of it. Sandy said fashion and beauty was my most recent return, but luckily I don't do much fashion. Yep. Will you list those 3 things again so I can? Oh, sorry. Yes. So, you're going to check brand. What, like, is it the brand or is it a vendor? Because then that makes you, see. And again, that will be different for every person. But if you see that most of your returns are all coming from vendors, not necessarily from a brand, then it may mean, okay, then 2026, maybe I don't focus on working with a vendor. Maybe I focus more on just working with actual brands. It's individualized. It's going to be different for every single person, but it allows you to kind of see that thing through. And then what products had what categories had really big returns? We know beauty and fashion, like it was said in the comments, they do really well depending on the product, but they can also have a lot of returns depending on the categories. I know David Peters and Andrew, they have men's clothing. I don't know if the men's clothing gets returned as much as the women's. Do y'all deal with men's clothing being returned as much as women's clothing? Because women's clothing, they'll buy 2 sizes, and whichever one doesn't fit, they'll return again, which is why it's so high in that particular category. That part. And then the third one was, now I lost the third one again. Thinking about that. Because I mean, And accessories don't necessarily get returned as much, but fashion does. I don't know why. Jewelry does. I don't see as many returns with jewelry though. Andrew wrote it out, uh, and he said he's going to do a video and a blog on the methods as well. David said, "I don't really pay attention to the return." Well, no, I'm speaking for you, like you as a male, David. Not for your returns. I'm talking about for you as a male. Like, do when you shop, and let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. When it comes to how men and women shop, there are some big differences. A lot of times, right? Um, really? David said, I don't even buy clothes much. Okay. Because I'm like, I know when women, if we, especially if we don't want to try it on, you'll just buy it and then try it on it. Oh, she loves you. She loves you. Um, and Andrew said yes. Michelle said, I hadn't thought about returns much either. I'm also sitting at 6% return rate. Hope that holds. I think the return concerns support the argument to make detailed quality videos. Exactly. And be sure to discuss potential concerns if any. Right. That leads me to the fourth piece, which is, again, that means before you're making an investment, just go and look at what people are saying in the reviews. We've talked about that previously. What are people saying in the reviews? If it's Amazon tells us if it's a product that's returned often, I've literally gone and said, I won't even touch that because it's a product that is returned often. We're not even going. We're not even trying to swim in that ocean. I'm not even going to do it. But again, they give us the insight. Uh, it's the way I was about to date myself and say Ash Jeeves, and Jeeves is not his name. His name is Rufus. If you ask Rufus a question, he'll give you insight on a particular product. But again, everybody doesn't do that level of research when it comes to what products they're going to invest in. I get it. Some people, there's programs or apps that you can use. But here's the thing, when you're using an app, everybody who's using the app are all getting the same results.
Altovise, I
Yes.
wanted to say a couple quick things. Oh, I just dropped my phone on the floor.
Oh, no.
First of all, yeah. First of all, I usually have really super, super low returns, like almost non-existent, because I do really thorough videos. And especially for clothes that people usually have high returns. I almost never have clothes returns because, like I mentioned, we do different sizes. My daughter and I will often show the same outfit on each of us. But over Christmas, there are two things that I've had a lot of returns on, and one of them is my biggest selling product that I have literally sold thousands of. It's a high dollar product. I don't know why suddenly there's getting a new return. So I bought a new one. Maybe it's the new model. It's got something different. So I bought a new one and hopefully assembling it and demonstrating it will cut that down. And another really weird thing is we do a lot of blind boxes because I have a lot of kids and my blind boxes are getting returned. Returns an open blind box. That's literally its sole purpose. And the last thing I wanted to say, and I wondered if anyone else was noticing it, when I am searching for things for even my own personal shopping, Rufus opens up on the left hand side, and I'm not even wanting it to.
Yes, indeed. And that was one of the reasons why I was like, yeah, Rufus will answer questions. Even now, it pops up automatic sometimes. I guess depending on what you're looking up, I guess they're trying to test it out, and sometimes it won't pop up at all, but it's there. Um, but I love that you said that too, because again, it could be potentially be like a high ticket item. It could be an item that's done really well, and they could just have a newer version, and the newer version is just crappy. The newer version could be missing things. They may have rushed the newer version, or they have rushed the sales for the holidays. That could have been another thing. So, I mean, we can't take into account every situation because we don't know. But when you see something like that, that's something to take, to pay attention to, especially if it's one of your items that was doing really well for you. Because again, you could do a new video and put yourself back into the flow of, making great sales with it again. You never know. But this is, because some people, not everybody can make investments in products. And so some people are trying to see, how do I just make the best of what I already have? That's one of the ways that you can make the best of what you already have, is by doing that little bit of extra work and seeing returns. Is this something that I may need to relook at? Is it something I need to do an updated video for? Why are people returning it now, as compared to a year ago? That part. Wait, let me slide back. Andrew said, I still wear some of the same jeans I had. That, oh, wait a minute now, Andrew. Are we just gonna we're just gonna brag in the comments about wearing your jeans that you wore from high school? Is that what we're gonna do? Is that how we're handling January, sir? That's not nice. Anything I get these days is bought by the business to create content. So I do my best to limit returns as best as possible. Okay, makes sense. That was the other thing that I'm going to hit on too, because I started seeing this again and it made me cringe. People asking about purchasing products to do the content and then returning them. Please do not purchase products just to do content and then try to return it. Your account will get caught. They will catch you and you will be shut down. Even if you're like, oh, but I'm gonna do it from another person's account, baby, they you setting yourself up for failure. You are setting yourself up for failure. And you may be thinking, oh, you're doing the best. Trust me, I've had products that have come in that, like, one of my sisters might have purchased. I might have my aunt will purchase something. And if I'll do a video for it, and if they're returning it, I won't do the video. First of all, if they're returning it, red flag. Why are they returning it is a question. But I'm not going to allow myself to be in that space of where I could potentially have the account shut down simply because I was trying to do another video. Don't do it. Careful. And I've seen some really weird responses to some of these questions, and people trying to get insight. Be very careful who you are listening to. Go back and read the TOS. I get it. Some people are like, oh no, because and I've been doing it for this long, and that's cute. But if you can't prove it with something on paper, it ain't true. I tell you, like I used to tell my children when it came to us, I'm a single mom of four. I had my three and my sister, who is in between the ages of my kids. I had all four of them at once. If it's not on the calendar, it doesn't exist. That was a rule of thumb for us in our household, because guess what? I cannot keep up with what's in your head. I can't keep up with influencers that are doing things that are against TOS and getting away with it. I can't keep up with influencers that are trying to find the scammiest ways to be able to benefit from being in the program. I can't keep up with none of it. Follow TOS. Read the TOS. Read it. And I'm telling you, you will see some posts, and I've seen some, and I've been like, don't do it. Don't do it. And I've seen people, oh no, because you could do it this way. Don't do that. Don't do it. Michelle said, interestingly enough, every return I have looked at so far was a Halo sale. Now that's interesting. Hmm. So it was one that you didn't even have content for. In case somebody's going, what the heck is a Halo sale, Altovise? It's commissions that you got for products that somebody purchased after watching your video, but it wasn't necessarily one you had content for. That part. Nicole said, yes, noticed that lately. Mm-hmm. Stephanie said, are we just bragging? I cannot only wear the same size earring earrings I did in high school. I can actually wear a smaller size. I know that's right, Stephanie. Andrew said, yes, they don't like that stuff. They'll close it down quickly. Exactly. And I've even had somebody say, oh, well, I've had my account closed down and reopened. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Stranger danger. Don't do it. Yep. TOS and operating agreement is the contract you agreed to as an influencer associate. And if you don't know the rules and follow them, there is no one to blame but yourself for not reading everything in the TOS and operating agreement. I'll give an example. And here's one that may sting a little bit. So the question is always put out there, can I tag a similar product for, if, I upload a video, that product's not available no more. Can I tag a similar product? And most people, a lot of people are doing it from their phone. If you upload to your laptop or desktop, it tells you, there's a little blurb there that says you are not allowed to tag a similar product. That part. again, again. Now, we don't know fully what that means because are you just meaning, because remember they updated it, and at one point people were tagging like multiple from one particular product. They were tagging like multiple colors because they had different ASINs and all this other stuff. But it's right there when you upload the content. So could they come back, and if you have stuff tagged that it wasn't the actual, could they come back and, you know, shut it down? They could, because it's there. But do we know a lot of people who tag the a similar product? Yeah. Now, if you're doing a separate video and tagging a separate product, that's different. But again, we got a lot to worry about, right? Um, I have not seen so far anybody's accounts being shut down in January. I know in December there were a few that I saw. People were upset because their account got shut down. Mostly, it was in connection to um, where they were putting the content or things of that way. But I did see somebody post that they did send. They got an email about, what was it? And I should have took a screenshot and I didn't. That's my fault. It was an email about, I guess, it was either content that they posted somewhere that they weren't supposed to post it, or something along that lines. So those of you that don't check your email regularly, check your emails at least once a week. I tell people check it once a day, but if you're like, I just have too much going on, check your emails at least once a week, because the email that the person got, it told them what it was, and it told them they had 10 days to fix it. So again, that maybe they may be doing another sweep. And this is the perfect time for them to do a sweep, because they had a whole bunch of people come in for the holidays doing all types of shenanigans. But also, again, you had a lot of people come in, not really read TOS, not really read the operating agreement, and just started kind of jumping in and figuring it out. And so there may be another sweep that went through, and people are getting some messages and emails. Typically, if you get one, they tell you, well, no, I won't even say that. because sometimes you'll get an email and it'll tell you that you did something bad and then you just got to try to figure it out. But if you post in the group, we can try to help you to see what, if you don't understand it, if it's something that is like, if it scares you, because some people, they get very nervous when they get that email. You can post in the group and we can kind of try to put our heads together, because other people in the group have had similar emails that they've received while in the program. But that's something to watch out for around this time of year, because again, they have to filter through all of the people that came and jumped into the program over the holidays and just kind of went buck wild during that time frame. Um, Stephanie said, "This is why I was so hesitant to even start using parent ASINs, but I gave in and started." Exactly. And then we realized with the parent ASINs, it was like, it was beneficial in some areas, but then parent ASINs weren't beneficial when we were doing creator connections, because they weren't using the parent ASIN. They were using specific ASINs for the for the products. And so that some people didn't see any sales in creator connections because they were like, oh, well, the product is selling, but the ASIN that you had attached to the video or the content was the parent ASIN. And so with the parent ASIN, it wasn't in the actual creator connection campaign. So they weren't getting the extra money. So it went back and forth. Like, is this a good thing? Is this not a good thing? It parent ASINs, and let me know in the comments. Parent ASINs definitely serve us, like, they're so beneficial to us as content creators uploading on the Amazon platform, because we know that certain colors will sell out faster than others. We know that that the brand may just have more of a certain color than they do others. And so it benefits us sometimes as a content creator to use the parent ASIN. But again, if you're doing it and trying to connect it with creator connections, you have that little gap can happen sometimes. Andrew said, I look at it. If you have a product with a brand name on it and you tag it to a different brand that has a different name. Oh, he's talking about the little blurb when you upload a video on your laptop or desktop versus when you upload it on your phone. I don't think that blurb doesn't come up at all when you upload it on the phone. Which is another reason why some people don't see it and didn't know and didn't pay attention to it. Let me go back. So I look at it as if you have a product with a brand name on it and you tag it to a different brand that has a different name on it, that's a red flag. That's potentially a red flag, definitely. However, if you have a white label product with no brand name on it and you see 100% identical sold by different seller brand, then you'd be okay. If you have a shirt that's a small and tag a large, no big deal because it's a variant. Exactly. Um, so, but again, most people are like, oh no, just tag something, tag anything. Careful. Careful, because it does say it. Careful. And you'll have some people, they'll jump at the opportunity to just be able to tag something else. I get it. Nobody wants to be at a loss. Nobody wants to lose money. Everybody wants to win. Everybody wants to make money. Are you in the program to make money? I think you are. I'm in the program to make money. So, with that being said, we always want to do something that's going to make us the most money. But we have to be very careful at what it is that we're doing to make that, and who we're listening to when it comes to that. Again, I always tell y'all, go back to TOS. If it sound funky, go back to TOS. Go back to the emails. Go back to all of that. Exactly. So it's significant when we're looking at this particular time frame. Again, returns can happen up until the end of the month when it comes to the Christmas stuff. So some people may still see really big returns come through. Some people may see hardly any. But knowing what it does for you sometimes can be beneficial because again, that may be content you like Michelle said earlier, that may be a product that you go back and maybe you purchase a new one and redo the content, or you redo content for the one that you have and kind of answer some of the questions that come up where people have had some problems. Um, I will say this with using Oink, I it took a while. It took a whole while for me to get to under 200 uh, unavailable and untagged products. Untagged, I pretty much can go through those pretty easily, but the unavailable products is what's tearing me up. Currently unavailable products coming up on Amazon, and honestly, when we first started the program, we did not see this many unavailable products. You hardly saw any products that were unavailable, or potentially they were already pulling them, or something changed, because for like a couple months straight, even though I was going through them, it kept going back over 300 for me. I was like, dang. And and it wasn't even like I got a farmhouse cabinet that I put together for my sister for her business supplies. So all her kitchen business supplies are in this farmhouse cabinet. I put it together. I did the video. I did more than one video, and I did a picture. I go to upload it. Currently unavailable. Good product, good sales. Had the good amount of sales. I think it was like 100 sales in the past month when I first looked at the product. The brand sent it to me. I had no problem. Great. It happens, unfortunately. It's getting, I can't even say that it's getting better. It feels like it's getting worse on that part. Because, yeah, those unavailable products, that part, which also hurts because if you do have somebody who has to return something and it's just because it's like a piece is missing or something like that, they can't even exchange it because the product is unavailable. So that's kind of like, it sucks in that part. Um, Andrew said, I currently have 300 unavailable, zero untagged, zero overtagged. Yeah, I just made it to like 180 something for unavailable. Zero untagged, zero overtagged. I don't touch my unavailable products because they're still converting on similar products while unavailable and will convert when restocked. So I started going through my unavailable products. Here's the thing, and I can be very transparent about this because I was doing that process that Oink does. I was doing it manually before I started using Oink. So imagine, yikes. I was going through and like something would come up. I would search for something and go through and see that something was untagged, or see that, matter of fact, because I started telling you guys about products not being tagged to a product like months before we heard anything about Oink. And I was like, no, like there's nothing attached to a product. Exactly. I was like, no, there's nothing attached to it. So untagged, I definitely take care of those immediately. Um, but the unavailable, what I was finding was that when I was doing it prior to Oink, I would just delete the video because we didn't have any idea of what was going on with it. So I would delete it if I saw it as unavailable for quite some time. Now I go through those videos because some of those videos, the products just have new ASINs and I tag it to the new ASIN. Like it'll be in the same, it's still the same product. It'll still have the same number of reviews. So literally all they did was upload a new ASIN with the same color. So I started doing that, but I stopped deleting them. The only ones that I delete is if it's a product that is untagged and it's no, like the brand is no longer there. I'm like, because it's not doing anything. I just chalk it as a loss. Um, I'm like, yeah, I just chalk it as a loss because I can't. I'm like, it's not doing me anything. It's not doing anything. If the tag, if it's untagged, it's not connecting it to anything. Stephanie said, I had a situation like that, large product. I assumed they just wanted to get it out of Amazon because they pay for Oh, Stephanie, that might be it. That just made me mad. That just tore my little heart up. Wait a minute. So I assume they just wanted to get it out of Amazon because they pay for storage. In my situation, they also wanted my cats in the video, which was completely unrelated. So another red flag now looking back. I that My spidey senses are tingling. I don't like that at all. I don't like that at one bit. That is, oh my goodness. Mm-mm. That's wild. Andrew said, I don't delete anything, just hit 1782 videos last night. Let's go. And waiting on Amazon delivery right now. Yeah, I already got one package from Amazon today. I think I may have gotten maybe 10 or 11 items this week, which I think I just have like the clothing items to still review, and whatever came in today. um yeah, right, that makes that just that doesn't feel it. It feels unfair. Like, can we be honest? It feels unfair because it's like you're manipulating the program. Because, and we know, but the reality is we know that there are some brands or some vendors that have done things to manipulate the program. There's some content creators that have manipulated the program. The other thing is we saw a lot. I told you guys a few weeks ago, you're going to see a lot more brands not wanting to send out samples. Why? Because they're tired of sending samples and the content creator not creating the product. I mean, not creating the content. I've done it. I've overlooked a product, and or I've had something happen and not been able to, create the content or do a live stream. And so I've reached back out to the brand and let them know and gave them an update. But I've also had moments where I didn't have an opportunity to reach back out to the brand and it was just like chaotic. But they're frustrated. I mean, I still ended up getting the content up, but there's some influencers that they're just collecting stuff like Pokemon cards. They're just collecting it. They're just collecting it, which is it's just wild. Which is wild. Uh, but they're messing it up for others because there are a lot of brands that are just like, I don't want to send samples because it's a waste of our money. Um, Stephanie says, sorry, I know that mad feeling. Yeah, I am also a perpetual pessimist. That part, um, I've done a lot better with kind of weeding out some different, some little red flags or some little triggers. You see certain things and you're like, that doesn't sound right. Mm-mm. That doesn't sound right. Um, and so when you know that they're asking for certain things, stuff like that, you're like, yeah, no, I'm not even gonna go down that route at all. Um, Erica said, if we miss the 14-day window, should we still post the content? Yes, still post the content. Here's why. Um, when you have the product, you've made a commitment to Logie, you've made a commitment to that particular brand. And again, things do happen. If something has happened, reach out to the team. If you don't want to say it specifically in the group, reach out to AHUD, reach out to the team. Um, because again, things do happen. Situations come up, we get overwhelmed. Again, I just had 11 products come this week. I know I have more products already on schedule to come out next week. Things happen, but we need to go take a step back and say, okay, what do I need to do in the future so that way this is not something that's reoccurring, and but you need to, reach out to the team, still make the content, reach out to the team and have that conversation. Sometimes it's a little difficult, but definitely have that conversation. Hold on, let me go back. I got that one. Okay, I now stay away from listing that tell you how many are left in stock. Yeah, I yeah. That's one reason I do my content on socials plus blog. Yep. And you have a question, Lorraine. Sure. What's your question? Uh,
Hello, everyone. So my question is, you're right on the subject that I was waiting on. So I purchased, and I did reach out to Ahud, but I know he's a busy man. I haven't heard back from him. I even sent him a video. I purchased a half price product, and the product is evidently damaged and has been used. And so my thing is, what do I do? And I sent him a video letting him see everything. Charge the product, it is not working, and you can just see it's used. It looks terrible.
oh, yes, definitely. Okay, so if you already reached out to Ahud, also send a message on the actual Logi website. Send a message there as well. Ahud sometimes can't get to his messages, but if you do it on the actual Logi app, they have some
Right.
literally they're on it. They're typically message you back within not too much time.
Okay. I didn't want to send the video and I didn't want to call the brand name. I didn't want to call them out and make them look bad, but I did want Ahud to look at it first and see what should I do. But I sent it on Facebook Messenger if he's listening. But because I thought about putting it on Logi's site and I said, I don't want to call the brand out like that because it could have just been an accident.
Yeah,
So
the Logi website is going to be the best option because when they message you, when you respond back, you can respond back via email or on the actual site. And you would be able to send them the information, send them the video as well. Uh,
okay.
but because so that way, even if AHUD isn't able to get back to you, they'll already have a ticket for it and they'll already be able to respond.
So you're saying send it to like support, write something to
Mhm.
support? Gotcha.
Yeah,
Okay.
go tell them exactly what happened. I can speak English, I promise. Tell them exactly what happened, give them the ASIN of the product. And I don't know if you can send a video on the little messenger in there, but when they message you back, just let them know you do have a video. And then when they message you back, send the video through the email and see if it'll go through that way.
Okay, and it's so funny. I was having the hardest time getting this half price product, and I had to definitely go to support for that. And they helped me finally get this half price product, and now I get something that's used.
And I mean, we've
But I'll
talked
go back to support.
there's been some crazy stuff where people have like even just regular purchases from different brands on Amazon. It sometimes things just happen and you just like okay, yeah, that's not right at all. That's not
Okay,
at all.
thank you. I was so excited to do the video last night. What to do the video, and I'm like, what is this? Couldn't believe it. But thank you.
You're welcome. Oh my goodness. Let me go back. Ahud responded in the chat as well. Yeah, and Andrew said it. Yeah, Tanya is usually within a few hours. Yeah, Tanya she's a beast. She gets it done. Um uh oh, that part, Andrew said, yep, like products getting stolen by shipping carriers or Amazon employees, like they did. Listen, no, what yeah, like you and I have had happen where the product wasn't in the packaging, but the packaging got delivered. Like that's weird. You really? I guess they just wanted to make sure it went through the whole process, but there was nothing in the packaging that was left at my home one time. But there's also they like I said, they also are able to document it when you send the message to them. Because it has said yes, definitely reach out to our support. It's the fastest. They will probably have you ship it back or send a replacement. Great. And yes, I'm so overwhelmed when it takes me a while to get to all my messages. Mm-hmm. We know, we know.
Got it. Thank you all so much.
You're welcome. In Q4, I talked to Tanya almost every day, every other day about one thing or another. Wasn't that some crazy stuff? Yeah, that was exactly extremely weird. And again, things happen in the program it's craziness, bananas. Um, we also have we're going into Valentine's Day. We're going into uh, Mother's Day, spring. So these are some things that you're going to start seeing. So if you do anything with gardening, if you do anything with flowers, if you do anything with outdoor backyard stuff, fire pits, patio sets, gazebos, all of those things, this will be the time where people start to kind of see it, and you'll start to see campaigns come up for it as well. Yeah, St. Patty's Day. I was trying to figure it out. St. Patty's Day, Mother's Day is a little further out, but some of the products that people get for Valentine's Day, they will also get for Mother's Day. So there's some cute things that you can kind of get, and it'll have like a dual purpose when you create the content, because you can just talk about how it's a great gift product, and not necessarily have to say for a specific day or specific holiday, I should say. Um, you also have the people who are doing winter weddings right now, um, that part, and people who will be getting ready for spring weddings. So, spring weddings, yeah, and prom will be right after that in the second quarter. And so, oh, here's the other thing that I wanted to talk about, because, and I saw it, and I don't know if I want to try, I don't know if I want to go for it or not. David's Bridal has a bunch of campaigns on Creator Connections. So I was looking through some, and of course, this a good number of the dresses that they have in store that you've seen in store for David's Bridal. Um, I am interested in seeing if that's going to be like to see. I want to see if the needle moves. Let's just be honest. So I can give this little quick blurb, and then we can head out. When you're looking at a Creator Connection campaign, and a campaign has been going on for a month and the budget hasn't moved, you kind of know that ain't the one. But because this one is David's Bridal, I'm looking at it because, again, we have all of these things that are coming up. So you have the weddings, winter weddings, spring weddings, prom, Mother's Day. You have, different things that are coming up where these type of dresses will be in high demand. You also have like guest stuff, guest clothing that'll be in high demand as well. So there's some other brands that you may want to look at too. But for David's Bridal, I'm thinking I would be, I'm thinking, because some fashion stuff I like to promote online as well, on my socials as well. But if you're promoting it on your socials, is it going to pull them more to David's Bridal website than it would Amazon? Because that's typically where people buy David's Bridal stuff, because they can try. Here's the thing. When you think of David Bridal, you think of, I can try it on. So anybody who's in the fashion category, you understand what I'm saying, right? I know it's coming out weird. But when I think of David's Bridal, I think of, I can try it on. Are people going to be willing to buy David's Bridal from Amazon? Now, mind you, Amazon has started doing where you can purchase things directly from a website, from a brand through Amazon. And we don't know how that will affect us as content creators. Will we still get commission? Will we not get commission because they went off site? So we don't know how that will work for us, right? So literally somebody can be on Amazon and see something they like, and it'll give them the option to actually shop the brand's website as opposed to shopping on Amazon. How that will affect us, we don't know yet. Has that already started to affect us? We don't know yet, right? but I'm nervous about the David's bridal because I said, would they prefer to try it on? Michelle said, I saw that. I pitched them, but no response. Would have loved to do a skit, but I'm leery to buy them. Yeah, that's why I was like, do I want to make that investment? I might. I don't know. I'm still looking. Andrew said, thanks for the info, Altovise. Now I'll have another idea list. Exactly. Nicole said, good opportunity. They might buy it if they don't have a David's bridal nearby. Exactly. That's smart. That's smart. Now there it is. Stephanie just said it. So is it unethical to do a try on video in the store? What if you only post to your socials and not Amazon and then link it to an idea list? That's a good question. That's a good question. Go into a David's bridal and do a try on. And then when you create the content for your social, have it linked to your idea list of those same dresses. That's smart because you would be able to show them exactly how it's you still showing them exactly how it looks. You're not telling them as long as, and I think the big piece is you got to be very clear. I'm trying this on in store, of course. So I could try multiple ones. But yeah. Ooh, that part. So that's a good question. I'm still on the fence about it. And Andrew just said the one by him closed a few years ago. So people may not have one nearby, but because of the name, the brand name, it may be one that stands out in people's minds. So they may buy it just because it's David's bridal. So many at the thrift store. That's smart too. Nicole just said there's many at the thrift store. It may not be the season for them, but you may find a lot of them at the thrift store as well. Depending on the style, because again, some of the styles they have them every year. They may just change the color that they have a particular style available in. Don't tell them you're in store because no. So that's what I was trying to say. But if you're doing the video for your social, not if you're posting it to Amazon, if you're doing it on your social and saying, oh, well, no, because you're still posting the link. So yeah. I don't know. That part would be a little, yeah, because you're still posting the link. So they may flag it. I wish we had an Amazon rep. Like I wish those were the days. I know I just dated myself. Don't judge me. But I wish we went back to having an actual Amazon rep that somebody we could personally say, okay, this is my idea. Is it okay or not? Because that would be a question that I would ask for sure. Because I just found, okay, so that was the other thing that I wanted to share with you guys. My sister was talking to me and she was like, yeah, I just got this website where you can go and bid on stuff and then you just head to the warehouse or whatever and you pick it up. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So she ordered something and when she got it, I was like, oh, that's a vibration plate. And she was like, yeah, and I only got it for this amount. Wait a minute. wait a minute. Now I know about the Whatnot app and how people are buying stuff from the Whatnot app and doing content with stuff from there. But this one was different because you bid on things and then you pay for the thing and then you go pick it up. And I was like, that may be another place where people may get some stuff because it tells you if it's used. Now, the only issue is some of them, it'll say, don't know if all the pieces are there. But like hers was brand new in a box and she paid a whole lot less than what it is online. Same thing with like a heating blanket that she got. And these are some of the brands that we already know and have worked with that are being sold at some of these places, but they don't have a warehouse in every city or state. So we drove, because we're in Delaware, we drove to New Jersey to pick it up and then came back. So this may be a good time to kind of do some research and see if there are some other places that you may be able to look at. Because we said, like the thrift store to get Davis Bridal's dresses, you may be able to find some there. But also look at some other options where you might be able to find some things if you're looking to make investment in things that you can create content for. And that also means, because we know now, again, you have to talk to your tax provider and all of that, your accountant. This may be also a great way for you to be able to offset some things through a program like this, because now I can go and have it auctioned off, and then it's out of my hands, out of my hair. And they had all types of stuff. I mean, they had recliner chairs. They had stuff for your hair. They had all, I mean, it was like a goo gob of stuff that you could bid on. Fitness items, whole workout bench, vibration plates, all different types of stuff. I hear creators say that they purchase from TikTok Shop and make a video for Amazon. Is that ethical? Yes, you can do that. Mm-hmm. You can purchase it from anywhere. It's a matter of people were going in store and just recording a video and not actually purchasing the product. And like back when the program first started, people were doing janky Yankee stuff like that and then posting that video on Amazon and tagging the product. But they didn't actually purchase or use the product. So that's not beneficial to the actual consumer. So yeah, that is, because I tell people all the time, use that lens feature on the Amazon app when you're going into the Dollar Tree, when you're going into the Goodwill or any thrift store. Use it, use it, because you can scan the product and see if it's there. You can scan, sometimes you can scan the barcode and it'll pop right up. It's very beneficial for you, for those that are making investments in it. Yeah, Stephanie said, what's in question is filming in stores. But like I see an issue with an unopened product in a box. Yeah. A try on video, I see differently. Yeah. You are actually trying on and showing the fit. You are interacting with it. Right. Exactly. That's why I was like, I might have to go back to TOS to see and do another look-see. You can get anything from anywhere. As long as it's available on Amazon, you're good to go. Just don't record products while in store where you can clearly see. Oh yes, that was the other thing. People were showing the actual store they were in, so you knew it was Walmart. you knew it was Home Depot. You know their colors. you knew that that's where they were. And so that was another thing, because now it's another brand that you're promoting through the content, because that's what's in the actual content. So that part. Example, David, yeah, David's Bridal, you could record in the fitting room, waiting area, but you wouldn't want to show any signage or products in the background that would be telling viewers that you're in the actual store. Exactly. So I hope that helped. And again, every journey is going to be different. We know that this is a program where two people can do the exact same thing, have the exact same content, the exact same products, and still have very different results. It's just how the program is set up. That benefits us in some ways, and in other ways, it becomes a headache. But the reality is that you still have to be willing to do the work. And when you're willing to do the work, it opens up so many opportunities for you. So that's the benefit, is that you have the opportunity. It's available for you. You can create content and get paid from it and keep it moving and enjoy whatever you need to enjoy. I saw somebody who just said that they were able to make what it costs them to take their family on vacation. Like that's beautiful. From something that you don't have to worry about setting up the site. You don't have to worry about paying for storage on your stuff on the site. You don't have to worry about any of those intricate pieces. You're just uploading the content and tagging the product. That's beneficial. So I think we covered all of the questions. I think we covered everything. And by all means, if ever you are in a session and you're not able to get your question out, when the replay is up, you can always put your question into the comment section. And again, replays are put onto the YouTube channel. So if you have not done so already, go and check out the Logie YouTube channel, like, subscribe, and share. But also, the most important piece is we want you to, interact with the with the video, interact in the comments, because there are some people that are coming into the Amazon influencer program, and that will be the way that they come in. So we're super excited about that. Thank you so much to our team behind the scenes. Thank you, Amy. Thank you, Ahud. We know Ahud has had a lot going on. He's been doing some big changes with Logie. So that's one of the reasons why he's kind of been like not 100% accessible because he's been doing so much. But we appreciate it because it's beneficial for us as content creators and Logies on the platform, right? For 2026, stay tuned. So many different opportunities coming up. Also, if you haven't been doing so, make sure you're going on to the site and looking at the brand new brands that are on the site. Y'all, there's pocketbooks. Yep. There's some other goodies on there that just came in. And yeah. Because remember, let's be honest, in the beginning, Logie had, they had some products, but we were getting many more categories that are filling up, and it's beneficial for us. So again, they have some other things on there, and some of you may say, I don't know how to go through that whole list. Start with the categories that work really well for you. Check to see what they have new there. They always pop up first, and that part. I was just about to say, oh, okay, real quick. I saw that question popped up. Let me go back. Okay. Oh, you guys are welcome. You guys have a great weekend as well. So the question popped up. Let me answer it real quick. I have a purse on the way. Yes, me too. I'm excited. What is the best way to search creator connections? I never see big brands. So when you go into the filter, you go into the little drop down box. Best way to go through it is to either go by the commission percentage, or go by potential earnings. When you go into potential earnings, you'll see all the things pop up, and that's the good stuff. The potential earnings. Now, here's the thing, because you'll see some pop up that'll say $1 million is the budget. And while they may have a big budget, some it's more so that way they can get seen. So you'll see also some one-off ones that'll be like their percentage for the campaign is like 27.45, 32.76. Like it'll be something off. It's just so they can kind of be seen before some of the others that have a similar percentage. So yes, go in, toggle that little section, and go to highest potential potential commission. That's what it is, not highest. So potential commission, or highest commission, or potential revenue, something like that. But when you go and look, it'll be right there, and you'll be able to, it'll pull all of them up. And the brands, you can actually go in and hit the filters to kind of look through some of the brands. I know some of them don't always come up, but you can do that as well. Great session. Have a good weekend. Latoya, also Logie will feature a creator connection campaign feature soon. I told y'all, Logie is doing so many things behind the scenes. That's why I was like, yeah, A-Hud has been, he been AWOL. Big budget definitely doesn't mean a good opportunity. Exactly. Small budget left does, but it proves the product is actually selling. Yeah. So you got to pay attention to those things. Ahad said that's the biggest tip for me. Search specifically by the brand name. Thank you so much for the answers. You're welcome. Thank you. Have an amazing weekend. Keep doing what you do best. Oh, thank you. Appreciate you. You guys have a great rest of your weekend. Be on the lookout for the replay on Monday or Tuesday. And again, if you had a question you couldn't get answered, then when that replay comes up, go ahead and ask it in the chat. You guys have a great one. See ya.